Tuning in to Divine Motorworks. I'm going to show you upgraded sway bar in the front on a 60s Mustang. This is pretty straightforward. It's just bolt-on stuff. Just replaces the factory bar. So you can see it's pretty thick. Now we're going to go to the back and take a look at the add-on sway bar for the rear axle. Now this came in a box of parts with the car when it was dropped off. All I can see is maybe it's made by a company called Adco. Again, pretty straightforward installation. I'll show you some of the brackets. The paperwork was stamped 94 through 2000, so this is a pretty old kit, but it's never been used. So really all you gotta do is slip your bushings over the bar. I put a little bit of grease on them. Set up your U-bolts, top channel. Then you got your sway bar bushing, or sway bar links and bushings here. So that's the series that all that installs in. It'll pretty much install a little bit before the slope in the axle here. So all I do is lower the car down, and then I will take silver Sharpie, mark the spots on the frame where that sway bar is going to go in, and I'll start out with a spring-loaded punch. That'll give me my spot to start my pilot hole. Start out with a 7/64 drill bit, then work my way up to 3/16, then go ahead and use some self-tappers. So the idea is these U-bolts are going to go through the two holes that you drill into the frame, and they are 3/8 diameter. Self-tappers are 1/4. So that gives you some wiggle room to play with to center the whole bar after you drill your first holes. You can also use a die grinder afterwards to open up your holes if you need to send it in one direction or another, or you can just go right up to 3/8 and then bump up a couple sizes as need be from there. I already got my self-tappers in on this side. This side was a bit easier to access with the car down on the ground, you know, and the springs loaded. So I'm gonna hang that side while it's on the ground again, and then go ahead and make my marks on this side, drill my pilot holes, and do the same process. And there it is, mounted up with the self-tappers. So I'm gonna go around to the other side now and just mark that with my Sharpie, put the car back up in the air. And this would be easier if you had a drive-on lift or use wheel cradles that you could lower it down on and not put it all the way down on the floor. But I don't feel like grabbing any of that wheel cradle stuff out, and I don't have a drive-on lift, so I'm just going up and down a couple times. Now for the driver's side marks, spring punch. Pilot hole. X size up. I'm gonna check the U-bolts, see how I gotta open these up a little bit. I know I'm gonna have to slot them a little bit to be able to slip this whole thing through there. Yeah, you can see I gotta take this side out a little bit more, maybe this back side, so I can just slip it a little better. I keep the nut on here so I don't accidentally push the whole thing up and through the frame. I've already got this one on this side to check what I need to do over here. Again, you can see I need to tweak the holes just a little bit, not a big deal. I've got the upper mounts bolted on loose. See, I got the sway bar link staged. I still need to put the top bushing, top cup washer on after I feed it through, once I get this thing lowered back down. And then I'll go ahead and tighten up the mounting bolts for the upper brackets, the links, and torque these U-bolts the rest of the way. Then we'll check clearance. Well, there we go, it's all installed here. Then as the axle is loaded, when you put the car back on the ground, the top of the sway bar kind of moves back to center over the differential. I'm gonna see how it handles. Take it for a spin. I kind of feel like these links should maybe be a little bit longer, but we will see. This kit is made for the car. I'm gonna go through and chop the tops of those U-bolts off, make it look clean. One thing I did notice, it's way easier to assemble the sway bar link through the top of the bolt coming down and then bolt the upper bracket to the frame to those U-bolts. So hopefully this can help somebody out. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button.